Alright, so this is section 2.3, which is on direct variation. When they talk about direct variation, you'll see it also kind of stated as y varies directly with x. Now, here's what that means. As x changes, y changes directly with it, meaning by multiplication. Now, here's the bottom line. Direct variation is in y equals mx plus b form, but the b is 0, which means it's crossing, its y-intercept's crossing right there at the origin. If the b is 0, it's really just y equals mx. The b is 0. That's what direct variation is. And it's a direct multiplication relationship between the two. Now, if you look at this, I'm going to get this in y equals mx plus b form, you will see this one has direct variation in it. There's no b there. Whereas this is not direct variation because the 3 messes it up. It doesn't go through the origin. The b's not 0. Now, if you're looking at tables, in order for it to be direct variation, you should see a direct multiplication link. See how each of these you can multiply by 4 and get the y value? This is direct variation. Here, it's not consistent what you would multiply by. Like here, I'd multiply by 4. I'm not even sure what I'd multiply by 2 to get 7 exactly, but it's not constant the way it is here. This is not direct variation. Now, I'm not saying there's not a relationship between these numbers, but it's not direct. Direct variation means it's direct multiplication relationship between the two. Okay, now the number that you multiply by doesn't necessarily have to be a whole number. Here I would be multiplying by 1/3. You could also think of it as dividing by 3. So it could be division based. If it's division, that just means you're multiplying by a fraction instead of a whole number. So this is direct variation, but not here. Okay, now if I give you a point, here I gave you this 0.48, and I ask you to write an equation for direct variation. Now remember, it doesn't have a b, so it's just y equals mx. Basically, all you need to do is find that slope. Now here's how you find the slope. Plug in your x and your y and solve for the m. So m is 2. Now that's sometimes called the constant of variation. The equation would be this. Same thing here. So when I divide by the 1, the constant is 3. So y equals 3x. Okay, one last question. So if y equals 4, when x is negative 2, now I should say this is assuming there's direct variation. If y equals 4 when x equals negative 2, find x when y equals 6. You just need to set up a ratio. So 4 to negative 2 equals 6 to x. So 4x equals negative 12 when I cross multiply. X equals negative 3. Alright, so that's direct variation, short and sweet and to the point.